we are gathered here today. We've obviously capped Dimoak and Crystal. Hello. And then Ssaab is going to be joining us in about 5 minutes. And all that. Anyways, this episode, and I want you guys to, do a full introduction as well, but just so the viewers know, this episode is a new series we're actually doing called Gems of NoPixel. We've done Noobs of NoPixel, which is, these big variety streamers who then come in and try out roleplay. This is for, the what I'd say the native role players, the natives. That's right. Those who are kind of the god tier role players that, people see in the server and who, are the hidden gems of NoPixel. So without further ado, Dimoak, Crystal, Capt, if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dimoak. I play Beverly Brekkers. I'm sure that you've seen him around. At least I hope so.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. By the way, this is the Dimoak face reveal.
Dungeons and Dragons, roleplay. I don't know.
Yeah, I have some questions for you about Dungeons and Dragons later. And Crystal. Yeah.
Hi. I play the first character I play was Sportsy. He's like yandere psychopath, almost serial killer, and then Crystal Clear, she's a cop, nervous cop, and Swan DeLeur, she kind of,
she's
like
so
a serial
cool.
flirt. Nah. Yeah, I played those characters. Oh, and Joey Steeler, she's a jock, where I can be dumb and silly and get killed pretty often.
Swan is still my favorite of your characters. I love Swan. And your other ones are great too, but Swan was always just incredible.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh my!
Yeah, it was fun getting to RP with you there.
Well, look who showed up.
Finally.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Thanks for inviting me to the stream, Blau. Appreciate that.
Of course, guys, we have our resident, we got to make sure that we keep the podcast balanced because a lot of people talk about cop versus crim balance. So I'm a cop role player. I play Clay Kona. We got to make sure we have our crim role player on, which is Ssaab. So love having a good crim role player on. Capt was just going to introduce himself. So Cap, you go ahead and introduce yourself while I desperately fix the scene. Go.
Okay, my name is Capt, and I play Pigeon on NoPixel. I also play a cop character that has only done one shift in the last 4 months, but that will change very soon. But yeah, I do normally play Pigeon. Been playing Pigeon for about, I think, 3 years now, I'd say. So, yeah. Not like Crystal playing 25 characters. That's crazy, but...
What? It's only 4, 5, 6. I usually main one.
Ssaab, do you want to? I'm trying to fix the mess that you started by being late, Ssaab. So stall for me.
Who's next? Sorry, I'm just coming so late. I'm trying to catch up on everything. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, they all introduce themselves, Ssaab. This is now when you introduce yourself. And,
it's my turn. Okay.
And tell us why you gave up on the PD.
What? Okay. I love how just Blau throws him under the bus. That's fine. My name is Ssaab, and I play on NoPixel. Now, I also co-host the podcast with Blau.
Incredible intro. I'm still trying to fix the scene. Can you just...
Ssaab, why do you hate breakfast?
You know what? Here's what we're gonna
Anyways,
we're gonna do an experiment. Ssaab, no, you know what, Ssaab? Today you're hosting.
I'll take the wheel.
I fix this. You're hosting. Take the wheel. Go.
All right, perfect. So, obviously we got Dimoak here, we got Crystal, we got Cap.
It's Dimoak. You said his
He's
name
never said it right. He's never said it right. I've known him for years
It's
now.
on purpose.
Oh, I don't
This guy, man.
So, obviously, some of you guys come from different kind of background of RP. Cap, I always wanted to ask you, I should never got a chance to ask you, where did you find out about NoPixel? How did you first join the server?
So, back in 2021, I was very new to roleplay. I used to there was this famous rapper. I don't know if you know him. His name was what's his name? T Grizzly or whatever. I used to see I used to see a bunch of videos, right? And I was thinking, yo, what the hell am I seeing? These guys are role playing fake lives. Like, what is this? Like, this is just I don't know what this is. And I got
was it on Grizzly World? Do you remember what that was?
No idea. It wasn't a pixel though.
Yeah, it was probably Grizzly World.
Yeah, probably Grizzly World, right? And I was like, yo, what the hell is this? Like, why are people wasting their time role playing a fake life, right? But yeah, I started seeing all these clips. I'm like, yo, this is pretty fun actually. And then I started going on Twitch. I'm like, yo, what is this? Went on the GTA category. Saw so much shit just popping. And then forgot what I used to watch. I watched some NoPixel people. I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. Got on the website, signed up, and the rest is history, really. So like, I had no idea about the history of NoPixel, no idea how deep some of the lore is in terms of like crews that have known each other for like years. Like, it's actually really cool to see, to be honest. But yeah, I joined in 2001 because of T Grizzly, basically, you could say. That's how I got into roleplay, really.
What did you?
Awesome. Okay.
How did you come? Like, so the character, because I remember first meeting Pigeon. Yeah. It was I talk about this story a lot. It was when me and Buddha were like trying to get guns. He needed a gun drop for us, and it was like out in the middle of the ocean. We're on a boat, and you like parachuted in to drop us off our guns. And I was like, oh yeah, I fuck with this. I like knew from day one. I was like, I really fuck with this stuff. So like, what? How did you then create the character Pigeon? Like, what, how did that evolve? That, because you're very much about this pretty dramatic and cinematic role play.
Yeah. So Pigeon is based on I don't know if you guys have, I doubt it, but there's this TV show called Power. 50 Cent made it. The main character is called Ghost, and he's like a nightclub owner, and undercover he runs the whole drug and gun scene. That's kind of where Pigeon's based off. When it came to NoPixel, one of my members, well, not my members, one of my people that I used to roleplay with bought a 50 guns. And then I set a challenge where I'm going to try to sell that in one storm. I did it. And ever since then, I fell in love with the whole selling of guns. I try to make it more than just, hey, here's your gun in a trunk, have a good day. Made like a whole thing. And then that led to also the drugs, right? When people ordered drugs back in the day, I used to come, through boats, planes, helicopters, submarines, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm a big movie guy. I like to implement, movie type RP in roleplay. That's the main thing for me anyway. Like
you're a cinema kind of guy.
Yeah, me exactly. I'm a cinema kind of guy. My main thing is creating immersive scenarios and experiences. That's what it comes down to, in my opinion, in terms of roleplay. Like, I feel like as viewers, I feel like watching roleplay is like a TV show. So I feel like, give him a fucking movie, really. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it looks sick. I've seen the videos. Looks sick as flip.
Beautiful.
Crystal?
Yeah.
What about you? How'd you meet RP? Obviously, I know a little bit about that, but go ahead. It's gonna be a very funny story.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this story.
Pretty much, I got into Twitch. I started watching a bunch, quite a lot, and Lyric caught my eye. I've just been watching Lyric play a bunch of variety games. One day he played GTA RP, and this was like 2017, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
about that time.
And I never enjoyed something so much, seeing like a bunch of people like create all these stories and like hang out, and like they were like complete strangers, but then they start like, it's crazy how you're able to rob a bank with people, but know, legally in the video game, and then they grow together, and like, that's when Lyric started the Lean Boys. That's when I became a big fan of Lean Boys, which Ssaab was part of, but he wasn't streaming, so I had to like find him and stuff because I went to follow them all, and yeah.
You're a Lean Boys. You're a Lean Boys fan.
She has a founder badge on my channel, pretty sure.
I do.
I
couldn't afford a sub back then. So, yeah, and I just followed the story all the way through over the years. Yeah, I was stuck with it.
What was that? La 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 lean boys. How's it going?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, Crystal. Actually,
Oh my
Crystal, you
God.
do
I
it
can't.
for us.
I can't do it. Yeah,
God.
Bean Blue.
No, were some just chaotic days, man. We just it was the Wild West.
And what got me into RP was I was always content just watching. I'm like, oh, I'm fine like this. I enjoy watching as it is. And I got into like college. And I got student loans. And I did what my big brother did, just spend on a PC. So I did that, and I was like, wait a minute, I actually have an opportunity to go in RP together with everyone. So I was like,
Nice.
maybe I'll give it a shot. But I was too shy to come out the apartments until one day, I think it was Bo's fireworks day, and all the community got together, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure I wanna be part of this. And then I think I finally came out the apartments that day.
Nice.
Mm.
And then ever
I
since
started from
then,
scratch.
you never looked
Yeah.
back.
I started from scratch with a character called Forty.
I remember running into 4T in 3.0, and it was terrifying. And I remember my chat was like Monka 4T, like it was like 4T was like a presence in 3.0. That was cool. All right, Dimoak.
Dimoak. I got it. Okay, that's how you say it. Okay, Dimoak.
Dimoak. Yeah. So I was actually editing for Kate, who played Nancy on the server at the time, back when 3.0 first launched, and I remember editing her videos and being like, "Oh, this looks really cool." Like I never had any exposure to, GTA roleplaying up until then, and it looked really cool. But at the time, I was like, this is obviously reserved for like. I felt like I didn't have any like chance to get on the server, so I applied for some Red Dead servers, and I got on Wild RP, and I played that a lot for a lot of years. That's how I met some of the NoPixel people. And then when the NoPixel app switched around from the written to the video, I thought that was great because I was like, okay, well I have all these clips now, like I have a background of stuff I can share and whatnot. And then I applied then and got in about a year ago now. And I been playing on the server since. So
What was your day one for you on NoPixel? What was day one on Brekkers like? Because I've always wondered how did you end up as Mickey's intern?
Right. So
You don't remember?
when I came into
Oh, here we go.
4.0, I was like, the big thing about 4.0 for me was like, I wanted to do business RP because it was like one of the few RP I hadn't done in 3.0. Like I had a cop in 3.0, I did crim stuff in 3.0, I did a doctor in 3.0. Like I did little stuff here and there, and I hadn't done business RP. So I created this character, and I was like, okay, he's gonna be a support character. He's gonna be nothing more than a support character. He's gonna be an assistant, and he is going to call everybody, and he's just gonna try and get a job with whoever he can to get a footing and then rise up in the company, like rise up in whatever company was from there. So the first couple of like times me playing Brekker were literally me going down the yellow pages, calling people, being like, "Oh, do you need an assistant? Oh, do you need an assistant? Oh, I can be your assistant." Kind of, trying to kick something in. He had a bunch of like little tiny jobs up until then, but nobody ever really like took the RP seriously or ran with it and gave me more until, Mickey was like, "Oh, I could use an assistant. We're actually building the company. You could come aboard. Like I have all the stuff you could do." So yeah, that's kind of how I got started.
Hold on there.
And that was the origins of then the whole like internship stuff that the company did.
Yeah.
and all that. Damn.
Yep.
Well, that is okay. Yeah. So all of you guys' intro to RP. I have a bunch of follow-up questions. My first one is for those who have so you've role played on other servers. What's been the biggest difference coming? Because you said you were like on Wild RP. What's been the biggest difference from like Wild RP or like some of those servers to then coming on NoPixel?
Yeah, I think Wild is obviously a much more slower paced cinematic storytelling, and it also takes itself much more seriously by the nature of it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a lot harder for characters on Wild to be more self-inserting. I feel like they're always more charactery just by the nature of it, because you're not playing in our current age. You're playing in kind of like a setting, a mood, right? So it's like, the way you approach storytelling, I think, is very different. Like you kind of have to wait for things to happen. A lot of it is these long conversations, these monologues between characters. little moments here and there that build up to something large. Whereas I feel like, NoPixel is a lot more action all the time, right? It's much more, go, 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 little stuff always popping up, every day, like the whole world state could be different essentially. You know what I mean? Like one day, the city's fine, the next day, we're remaking the entire government, But like in a different like server, like in a Reddit server, it's just a different kind of storytelling. It'd be a lot slower, I feel.
This is a question for all of you, but I kind of want to start with Cap. So you clearly put in, you have the inspiration behind Pigeon, Ssaab fighting his demons and his mic there. So you have the inspiration behind Pigeon. What is that like? Do you see yourself as like, oh, I only want to play this one character and express this way? Or like, have you ever thought like, oh, I'm gonna make more characters? Or like, how do you view characters? Oh, I guess you said you have a cop character that you said.
Yeah, I have a cop character, but
that you never play.
I never play. That will change soon. I'm getting angry emails from Beric Johnson sometimes, but I've been wanting to, like I said, I'm a big movie guy, right? So every character that I want to make, I want to base it on have like a theme to it. And one character that I wanted to make back in 3.0 was more of a very immersive, slow-paced, you could call it like a serial killer, right? But not your average serial killer goes around and kills Bob and John. More of a befriending, like having total layers to it. And then, like the way I make my characters is by basing them off like having inspiration from like movies and TV shows, really. Because
the best kind of serial killers, in my opinion, the stories I've seen throughout roleplay and just being on different servers, are the one where they're every big character that you run into at Senior Buns, at the Food Plaza. They just exist in the world, and you don't think they're a serial killer. Like, that guy, he's kind of weird, but you don't think he would go around killing everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I wanted to do in 3.0, is create someone that is a normal looking guy that has befriended people. And like, because I think a lot of serial killers, I wouldn't say script their roleplay, but I feel like their kills are more like people that they know. I kind of want to do it differently, where these people have no fucking idea what the hell's going on here. And to get to that stage, I would have to build a whole like 2-month-long relationship with them, and then do the whole serial killer shit. But I never got to it. But that's one of the characters that I have in line that I want to do, like a proper, especially when I for my POV as well. I like to make my POV very movie-like, right? When I do my drops back in the day, I had like a whole soundtrack, had this, had that. So my POV would be very, like you're watching a fucking movie. Like it'll be very intense. But I just have to get back to planning that, you know what I mean? Because I don't really want to do like fake kills, because I know a lot of people do that. It's more, I want to do like very natural RP type stuff, which is pretty hard to do when it comes to serial killing, right? So, yeah.
I like the idea of like killing people that's like you've built a relationship with, as opposed to like, I'm a serial killer, so I can just go and like kill people.
Exactly.
It's more about like, building a relationship and then killing them.
Yeah.
So now speaking of characters, Crystal, I'm curious you have actually pretty like a small number of like pretty well-known characters. How do you feel about your kind of roster? Like, is there some you want to play more, some you want to play less? Are you like happy with you said you have 3 kind of 4ish, like how do you feel about your characters, and where do you feel like you shine the most?
Well, to be honest, I struggle with balance. As much as I would love to play them all, it's so easy to just get sucked into one, and I love playing Forty. I think I just kind of struggled a little bit, like kind of, I'm not very good with changes and adapting to it. So like I felt like when the update came around, it's hard for me to like get my foot in and stuff. But I think I find myself more comfy playing Crystal Clear, the cop, because of course I think lots of cops feel a bit easier because there's always kind of something to do. There's a call happening, like, okay, there's something going on there. I can make something out of it. But like when I play Forte, Swan, something like, I don't have to explain it. But as much I feel like Hmm. I would love to play 4T more. It's just I don't know what I'm having a tough time with, but I'll figure it out.
I have a follow-up question for you, and Ssaab might have some thoughts on this. And we don't really talk. I don't know if we really talked about it, but I realize we have a really good mix of people to ask this question. And Dimoak, I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw you under the bus here. This is a roleplay podcast, but at the end of the day, we are playing GTA the game, and I feel like, and by the way, I'll say this, and I'm gonna get a million people like. Ssaab, I swear this isn't a drama thing. This is just like the viewers love to like, you know how they are. They love to say like, they love to say who's the best at this. And it's like, if I'm like, yo, it'd be like if I'm like, man, I really love Dimoak's assistant RP. He does such a good job. And then I'll have like 5 million people in the chats or comments be like, wow, but what about this person? What about, it's always the what abouts. Okay. Crystal, I think you are genuinely, at least from people I have met, like the best mechanically at GTA. Like, or at least one of them. Yeah, like mechanically. Like,
Yeah.
you're actually really good.
It's those 2 hours, man. All that time and training.
Meanwhile,
I just put a lot of hours in GTA too.
I've seen Dimoak's pockets, and they're like, you're ass, dude. Like, you're mechanically your shit.
Yeah, Dimoak.
And I would
It's
say
the RP, right, Dimoak? It's the RP.
Yeah, it's the RP. It's not RP, dude. Don't tell me that's RP. Like, I know how that is. Yeah, well, it's not like mechanically or bad. There's like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. There's like, Dimoak will tell you. There's like, I call it like yapper pockets. Like, look at like Dimoak's pockets on Brekkers, and then look at like Foozley's pockets on April Fools. It's always just a mess. Capped, I think you're probably somewhere in between. My question now is, Crystal, how much do you think it like helps or like kind of enables roleplay that you're like actually pretty mechanically good at the game? And don't say you're not. We know you are.
Well, it's like like anything else, when you have the foundations and basics down, it gives you more time and like space to like think of other stuff, you know? So yeah, it definitely helps. And then like when you're like comfortable, I'm not saying good, like good at something, it's easier to also try and be bad and lenient. You know what I mean? I'm not sure, but it helps a lot. It gives you more time to do other things.
Yeah, I mean, just to follow up that, I feel like it's really cool to watch, like to watch you like roleplay different characters, Crystal, because I feel like because you're mechanically, like you can be mechanically good at things, it opens a lot of like RP avenues in a way. Like I've been trying to play a Crim for a little bit, and I'm just so bad at every aspect of it because it's, you know, the mechanic wise of it, like the getting away and the pursuits and the, you know, the hacking part of it and the shooting part of it. But I'm like, I can talk like that, you know, so it gets me a little bit, but you know, it gives you that extra freedom, I think, you know.
I was pretty much the worst driver on 4T. Like when I was on 4T, I could not make it up Los Santos Freeway. I would eject. Yeah. I would cause my passengers to eject. My vehicle would crash out. And when I finally make it up north to do the Oxy runs, I could never make it down south. So I just waste money. But I think a lot of my viewers enjoyed that back then when I was terrible. But when you're like not as good, not as experienced, it gives room for that development, which everyone loves to see. They love seeing character progress. And when you finally nail it and get it right, you know, they cheer you on. They enjoy that. Mm-hmm. As I'm always like I'm somewhere in the middle, but I'm always like trying to work up, and yeah, it's always good to like not settle with where you're at, you know, and just get better. Everyone can always get better.
Capped, how has RP been for you now that you realized how to reload the guns in NoPixel?
That was my next call. Oh my god.
Yeah,
stole that one. You stole him.
Listen, I'm honestly honored you said that I'm a bit of both, because listen, I'm real with you. I go to hospital about 20 times a day because I eject out my car, and then I only learned how to reload last month. So, hey, it's been better ever since I knew how to reload my gun. You know,
I changed from manual to automatic.
Yeah, you know, I do.
Okay, that's great.
I do. But those pockets you said, the Yapper's pocket. Hey, my pockets are disgustingly horrendous. It's terrible. But hey, you know, some people like clean stuff. My shit is just messy. It's completely messy. But one day I'll learn how to drive properly. One day. You know, before I even came on this podcast, I ejected. So
You got away in a chase.
Okay, you can't say that. You can't say that. Tell the editor to clip that out.
okay. Hey, yeah, you're not wrong, Crystal. I did break Bones' ankles the other day, but that's a one-hit wonder right there. That's a one-time thing.
Okay, I have a question for so speaking of it, so Dimoak, you come from D&D, and you know, for the viewers, it's Dungeons and Dragons. What do you think about adding in like more D&D elements to role play? Like, for example, I've always loved if Ssaab, I think we should pitch this to Coil. I think it'd be really cool if you enabled like a D&D mode, like a D&D mode or something like that. It's literally like
skill points, talent tree.
No, well, okay, that's a whole other thing. We'll get into that, but like, no, like you just literally just for the roll 120. So instead of doing the animation, instead of having to type it out, like you could just like hotkey it.
Oh,
and it just pops up a number above your head. So, and then like you just kind of like verbalize what you're trying to do. Because I think one of the coolest things it's actually still one of my favorite memories, but it just like, it's just kind of slow and clunky because of how it worked. Was a cop jumped on a jet ski that Mickey was trying to get away on, and like I was like, I was like, get off the jet ski. I rolled 120 and I hit like 17. They hit like 11, and then they like vocalized getting like fucking punched. I would
love something like that because there's already mechanics to pull people out, right? And there's already something like that. Remember the baton mechanic, right? Don't you fight? Don't you, as a criminal in the car, also try to compete, right?
Yeah, it's like a little,
yeah. So something like that should be. That's like the D&D aspect you're talking about that I would love to see.
Yeah, so I'm curious, Dimo, coming from D&D, like what that is the example. What kind of things could you see from like D&D enabling roleplay in something like GTA?
I think that example is actually probably like the best case, like use case of it, because I feel like so like if you added in a role system like that, right? I feel like it makes it a lot easier for other role players to go along with your role play, if that makes sense, because it's like a lot easier for them to see that you're trying to do something, like you're trying to, you know.
And it's fair, right? It's not like you don't have to worry about, you know, oh, was it okay to do that? Was I trying to win that scenario? No, just the dice decided.
Exactly. And I think that like levels the playing ground a lot more, because I think, you know, in the heat of role play, a lot of the times you kind of get caught up with a lot of the, like, you know, not even that you're trying to win every scenario, but you're trying to make the scenario good for you and your whatever side you're on. And then sometimes you have to like, oh wait, there's the other side too. But I think like a dice mechanic, like Ssaab just said, just levels the ground in a lot of ways. And I think that would enable a lot more back and forth in role play that we don't get right now, perhaps.
Also makes it so that like if you lose, it's like I feel like it makes losing like L's easier to take because you're like, yeah, that was the dice roll. Crystal, what do you guys think? Dice rolling in role play, yes or no, and why?
Well, for me, I remember Roland. Do you remember Roland?
Dude, Roland was such a good character.
Yeah, like I think he did that right. You know what I mean? Like, I remember it was actually a perma character at first, but he enjoyed it so much. It was so good. He kept it. It like really stuck to the dice because that's what his character was about. So.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, I'll just sorry to interject and interrupt, but Roland was a character who just rolled the dice for every decision.
Yeah.
What happened to Roland actually? Did he die?
Oh, it was played by LGX on.
He's on a different server.
Oh, a different server.
I don't think he died though.
No, I think he's still around.
Okay. Capped, what about you? Dice rolls, yes or no?
Yeah, I mean, in certain scenarios, 100%. I think it'll be fun on both sides, right? Like, you know, you don't know if you're going into a situation whether you're gonna, you know, quote unquote, get the W or get the L, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's based on pure luck, basically, right? So, I kind of like that concept, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it takes the blame away from people trying to say, okay, you're trying to win, I'm trying to win. No, let's have a good time, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. That's the whole point, right? Of everything, really. So, I think that's a good implementation.
What about stats and skill trees? How do you guys feel about that? Like,
I would love it.
I think I like an aspect of it, but not the full extent of it. Like I feel like it would have to be something that like doesn't inhibit the RP, but enhances it in a way. You know what I mean? Because like for example, like I feel like if there was a charisma stat, that would lose it for me, right? Because I feel like charisma is kind of baked into just how you role play. You know what I mean? That's role play.
That one I don't. Yeah, I feel like that one doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but like other ones, like faster, like running faster and stuff, that'd be cool. Or like strength and stuff, that'd be cool too. I feel like that would make people feel more specialized too in their characters.
All the gangsters will be at the gym. The gyms will all be busy. Man, people in Los Santos love being fucking fit. Why is that, man? Why is that?
Bro, they were, I thought, introducing a fitness mechanic, and I was so excited.
I hope so. I mean, with the weight mechanic, right? Can we do something like that?
Well, because in character, I would just run on Mickey all the time. I'd just do jogs.
It should be a stamina, right? And if you want to increase your stamina, you have to run around or work out, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
And if you don't, like, the way it should be done, like if you don't do like at least once a month, it goes down. That way, like you don't have to like micromanage it too much. You just macromanage it. You do like, I don't know, every now and then, or like a character trait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I think one of the funniest things when you do runs is people will then pull up and be like, yo, like, do you need a ride? And like I'm like really trying to like, I'm like doing like a jog emo. I'm like in like fucking booty gym shorts, like shirtless. I'm really trying to make it look like the character's just running, but people still like pull up like, yo, like, do you need a ride? Like, which I always thought was like, if I was driving in Los Angeles and saw someone like on a jog, that'd be so weird to go up there and need a ride. But, the other one that's interesting, and I have a follow-up question for all you guys on this. The other one that's always been interesting is in 4.0, so many people ask for me to like go. They're like, oh, do you need to like go back to the hospital? Like, oh, they didn't fix you right, because like,
Yeah.
I'll get shot, or like I was not shot, like something crazy would happen to Mickey, and I'd be like limping, and they like assume that that's like, you gotta go, and be like, I would go to the hospital, get fixed up, then do the injured walk, and then they'd be like, wait, why are you limping though like that?
Yeah. I just say I'm recovering. That happens a lot.
Thinking about it more too, I mean, that makes it even cooler. Like if you had the stamina stat and then it ties to like your injuries, like you get injured and you lose some of it, right? So then like it even enhances you further to avoid injuries. Exactly. So that you don't lose that stat. I also feel like it'd be cool if it was something where like you could only like specialize in like a couple, not all at once. So that characters had to diversify and do what they actually would do, not like just, be good at everything, kind of vibe on that. But be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that also makes me think about, so if you smoke a joint, I believe you get like, you feel more stronger. But if you smoke a joint, your stamina might decrease, right? So you can pick your poison. Like, okay, you can smoke a joint to make you feel strong, but then that means, okay, now you're also going to run a bit slower. That actually is a pretty cool idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like something like, and then like maybe you do coke and you're faster, but like not as strong, right? Like a little bit like a trade-off kind of thing. I think my only worry would be people would be more scared of losing like stats on their character than like even money.
Yeah.
Like that'd be terrifying.
Yeah, that's
Because that's time wasted, yeah.
What about like what about traits? Like Cap, like let's say like Pigeon had like some unique traits, like some unique things that only Pigeon could do. Or Pigeon and maybe a few other select characters. What would you want as like traits for Pigeon?
When you say traits, what like, in terms of like, for example, driving good, is that what you mean by traits, or like what do you?
I feel like a cool trait would be like, what if I don't know, like what if Pigeon had like a stealth trait? Like I don't know, like he the way he runs and moves, he just doesn't make noise. He's really good at moving, right?
Hey, now we're talking. I think that would be pretty cool if it's there to. I guess.
What is this, Call of Duty? Reduce foot sounds by 20%?
Yeah, that's silence.
I actually
that was
think
pretty cool.
I think like a list of like traits like that just change like some mechanics like per character could be pretty cool. Like someone in chat had said like sleight of hand, like lock picking's just easier for you, and you might pick that just because you're like, fuck it, I don't want to have to deal with lock picking.
Or less chance of a lockpick break-in when you're using it, right? I think use the current mechanics, but specialize, enhance it. So whenever you do something, it doesn't penalize you as much if you're expert in it.
I like your solution better. Okay, so with that in mind, what would be like the traits you would give to Pigeon Cat? Like what kind of like interesting or like little unique things you would want him to do?
100%. If I crash, not eject every 10 seconds. That's one trait. That's like a really double fucking harness or something like that. You know, that's one trait. What other trait I would say? Hey, that stealthy thing is pretty cool. You know, I like my stealth RP sometimes. You know, Okay, so we got not ejecting, we got stealth. Another trait I'd say being large pocket space, because I need about 120 bandages every time I go somewhere. Like 100%. I need larger pocket space. That's for sure. Because
okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I kid you not, I think I've gone to the hospital more than James Randall at this point now. Like this is ridiculous.
Wow.
That's like your whole stream.
Yeah, literally. If you literally every 10 minutes I'm either in the hospital or I'm on the floor. So yeah, larger pocket space, not ejecting every 10 seconds, and hey, dead silent shoes. Do some stealthy stuff, you know.
I kind of love these. Like, this is just like fun to like think about. Like, that'd be cool if like some characters could just carry more weight. Oh my god, yeah, something carrier pigeon.
Oh, that's what they do with foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you eat food to have more pocket space or be more lucky. This food that did it for you.
Oh yeah, back in 3.0, there was like the stat food. It'd be kind of cool if like, yeah.
It'd be cool.
I remember doing hacks. You used to have to like, some of the hacks people would just spam like a certain curry to give you more time on the hacks. I think that'd be cool if it was. I actually think that would be cool if it was like if you got to pick that during character creation.
Yeah, like Project Zomboid style.
Someone said that purple. Someone in chat, let me know what they are. I'm curious because someone said purple RP does this. I'm curious what they do. Crystal, what about you? What are the perks for? What would Swan's perks be if you do some custom stuff?
Flip. I need some time to think about this. Because like Cap to probably do like stealth for 40, 100%, right? Like sneaking up. It'll help with her like creeping up on people. One though, yeah, maybe a little sleight of hand. Maybe she can like, I don't know, feel without them knowing or something. You know, just get a little sleight of hand type of thing for Swan.
As you think of some others.
Oh, actually, I thought of something actually would be cool. What if also, like for example, let's say like you're 14, you're somebody who slices and dices everybody, right? And you become an expert in the dagger. What if you unlock more animations using the dagger for killing animations, right? And then same way for guns, right? What if you're a gangster who shoots a lot? Now you can shoot your gun that way, sideways.
Yeah,
I think shit like that would.
More cosmetic things.
Animation that don't give you, advantage in PvP, but make you look cool.
That's so cool.
Okay, that is cool. That is very good.
That's a good idea, Sam.
Yeah. God, I should pitch this too. Okay, I'll just pitch it. We'll see what happens.
Hey, Sab, guess what else happens with, when it's power, you can't do something. As soon as it's cosmetic, guess what you can do?
What?
Sell that shit.
True.
And thank you, NoPixel, for sponsoring the Roleplay Podcast. Thank you so much for as we come up with ideas for NoPixel.
And where can I find the Roleplay Podcast against Blau?
You can find Roleplay Podcast at YouTube Roleplay Podcast or on all of your favorite podcasting channels. Thank you so much. We have many episodes. This is our first. We're doing a deep dive with some truly some expert veteran role players. Okay, my question then to Dimoak, what would the perks be for Brekkers?
Yeah, you gotta give him Deadeye, okay, of course. I mean, come on, Brekkers, expert shot. When he gets that gun, look, I'm just you
just get aim or like you just get like an aimbot
assist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like aim assist for like
aimbot.
Say it again, Benji.
Aim assist won't be too bad for people that don't know how to shoot.
I'm not even.
Okay. This is the one I'll tell you this, and I'm sorry. Like this is I love GTA. I love the roleplay community. Love them. there is no way anyone would be okay. Like people, even though it's role playing, I actually genuinely think aim assist would cause more. Like this is where it is a little weird. I think aim assist would cause more drama in a role play community than it would in like.
It would bleed into the shoot.
Than in like Apex. Like I
aim assist shooter, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it would.
The molding would definitely be high. The salt would be just great.
I think. Go ahead, Bo.
Oh, I was gonna say, Dimoak. One idea is, what if you had like like your character's a welfare character? You can't work a normal job. Like you're just not allowed to work jobs, but you earn more passive income.
I think that'd be great. I think the biggest thing out of all of this, like talking about these traits and stuff, is I think that a lot of them are like great ways to basically enhance and further roleplay in ways that you like just currently can't. And I think it kind of, it's cool because it gives certain characters, uniqueness to them. Everybody can kind of have something more unique to themselves, and I think that's really important to create like a cooler, I don't know, role play environment and stuff. But yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, welfare, take the dead eye. Like I said, make him a little bit. Well, I guess he'd be weaker. Never mind. I don't know. Probably bigger pockets. He always carries stuff. Pockets are always full. Take that.
Yeah, I almost wonder if like I'm beyond just like traits. I almost wonder like whether it's traits or other systems. Like, what are ways to like make it so that there's more kind of like types of role play? Because I was gonna say, Crystal, Cap, you guys have been playing a lot, and Cap, I was gonna ask you, what's sort of your trajectory on Pigeon right now? Because it feels are you like, how much is it like sort of grinding, or like what are your arcs right now? What are you trying to accomplish on the character?
So the last couple months, I've created a kind of trap house in the Porter, right? And my type of RP is always being like a distributor. Like I love distributing, giving people mini missions to go collect their product, all that kind of good stuff. So the last couple months, I've created a whole trap house where people would come, have meetings, come to collect their product, come to do this, come to that. So that's basically been that's been. Now, hey, I even got a couch outside. The things I had to do to get a couch outside my house, unspeakable things. But I finally got a couch to make it even look more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, that's one of the main things. Unfortunately, though, it is kind of died down due to the, everyone has their own turfs now, right? Back in the day, a couple of weeks ago, there was like so many people in Laporta. There was like 50, 60. Now there's only like 10, 15, right? So that's unfortunately died down. However, I still try to keep it alive by people that want product. They come to the trap house, they have a talk, they have a meeting, and they, get their product, right? So that's basically been my type of arc. It's more, trying to set up a whole network when it comes to drugs. So it's been pretty fun. It's because I love meeting. The thing about Pigeon is I get to meet just every day, just random people. And I love that shit. Like I love just meeting just random people and creating like a small little storyline with them, But yeah, that's basically been Pigeon's storyline for the last about three months now, is the whole Trap House RP.
There's a question for all of you. I'll start with you, Cap. Who have been like the role players and you can go back to 3.0, but especially in 4.0, like who have been the like streamers or role players that you have like really looked up to and that you feel like helped you grow?
Oh wait, is this to me or?
Oh, that's to you. Oh,
yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, and cool. Okay, no. Now it's to Crystal. Apparently, no one helps Cap. He's just a legend
wait,
all
no,
on his own.
No, I was.
Cap,
sorry. Yeah, that was to you, Cap. Yeah, like.
Oh, okay. Like role players I look up to in terms of like their RP or like.
Who inspires you, basically? Yeah.
Yeah. Who inspires you?
Inspires me. When it comes to, the 3.0 wave, there was a wave of the wild RPers, right? The Italians, fucking Z-Talk, fucking all, like they were. I was like, yo, this is good. This is what we need. Like when they came through in 3.0, bro, like shit was just good. I loved RPing with Luciano. Same with Peppo. He very good. Even though he unfortunately didn't get Pigeon behind bars after killing Aziz, what a good cop character he had. El Coyote, I think is his name. So Peppo,
Coyote was awesome.
Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah.
I love when it comes to cop
was
RP.
great.
Yeah, but when it comes to cop and crim, I love that sort of like having meetings with cops one on one here and there. Like the back and forth is just beautiful. Had it with Brian Knight in 3.0, had it with Coyote in this in 4.0. But yeah, I would say the wild RP is like the Z-Tuck, the Italians, Peppo. You know that they've been very good. Very good RPs that I look at and just say, wow, this is good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my people.
What about you, Crystal? Who's been like the most inspirational to kind of get you to where you are with RP now?
I'm well back then, yeah, definitely Lyric. Because whenever I watched RP, it was all about like just having fun, and that's kind of yeah. I, I still gotta think about it. There's just so many, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's so many. I RP a lot, people. I'm able to do that through being a cop as well. There's all sorts of criminal civilians I meet in. But
Take your
yeah,
time if you want to think about that.
I need to think
Dimoak?
more about this.
All right, you have until Dimoak answers.
Yeah.
Take your time, Zima.
Okay, I'll try to start for you. No, I feel like there's like three that kind of like I think I look up to and kind of help me develop my own style of roleplay on the server and stuff. I think Burn. I only roleplayed with him on NoPixel like once way back in 3.0. But I was able to roleplay with him a little bit in Wild too. I feel like he just commits so much to his characters that it kind of is very very good to watch and see, and it gave me the inspiration to be like, okay, I can just commit fully to a character, you know what I mean? Like he just rolls with it no matter what. He always stays in character, like locks it in, and he has such a range as well that it's just so cool to watch and to see that play out. I think him. I think Anthony Z. When I roleplay with him on Wild, was he Tony Corleone on Wild was a crazy good character. So much fun to interact with. Like every moment was cinematic. He just sold it so well. Yeah, I've barely roleplayed with him at all in NoPixel. I think I've only like talked to his character once, but just seeing like kind of that kind of character and stuff and dedication to roll with whoever was really cool. And then last just because he's here, I actually do think that like Ssaab, I love seeing you getting to these like when you get a chance to like role play and not bog down with like a bunch of little things. I think you do such a good job at like carrying a scene or setting like a historic moment. Like the other day with Brekkers and Slacks on the pier was such a good like cinematic moment, and it just it's like I wish we got to have more of those. Like I wish they weren't so like spread out and stuff because I feel like they're just so good and they like made me want to like play Brekkers more. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I have this whole new story I can like get into. With
I appreciate that.
So
I'm happy you felt that way.
Yeah, Slacks is actually why I wanted to keep playing Mickey, because I liked this like dynamic of like Mickey being like the sort of what was that, like wearing the black hat trying to save the city, and Slacks being like the good guy trying to save the city, and they're
right.
I actually loved that dynamic.
It's like the yin yang, right? Just like kind of mixing.
Yeah, dude. And every time we had like deep talks, it was like, I love that RP. It was really good. I do. Weirdly enough, a criticism of you, Ssaab. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. A criticism of you is I feel like you sometimes do get like bogged down and like I don't know. Like I agree with Dimoak. It's kind of like you get like caught up in like. It's tough though, because it's like it almost feels like you get caught up in like just like almost like bureaucracy, like having to like just do random things and not getting a chance to just do like RP scenes.
That's why I'm playing Crim, right? Just it's hard in cop. It's really hard, especially in my role.
Yeah, I think it's like it's not a bad. It is just the nature of being cop, right? You're always on demand. There's always stuff being asked of you. Okay, Crystal, that was tons of time. Your answer. Also, I'm running to the bathroom, and I always have to let people know that it's weird that I can still hear you, but
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Go on. So yeah, I agree. You do. And you said burn. 100% agree. Yeah. I just it made me remember like his dedication to characters and the way he's able to like just switch characters and start up a new one pretty much each stream is crazy. You Plankton. It's just a huge range, and he commits all the way through. I could never. And Space Boy as well. I think
I
Space
love
Boy was
Space
one
Boy,
of
yeah.
the. He's pretty much why I got Prio. I think on my 4th day, he took his time to like listen to my little character, just RP and talk, and yeah, we ended up going on like a roll. It was just bunch of crazy, chaotic, fun shenanigans. And speaking of like crazy stuff, Chatterbox. Oh, Chatterbox is crazy. He would commit to screaming in the cell even for like
All
a
the
full
time.
hour.
I had it for 30 minutes one time, going the whole darn time.
Yeah.
I think that was so
he's the
high
reason
pitched
why.
it didn't even register on Discord, by the way, Sab. Whatever you just did. Do that again.
I don't know. What that.
Dude, okay, Discord does this thing where it like I think it blocks out high pitched screams.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that's
I
why
don't know how he kept that. I don't know how he kept that energy. That's just impressive. That guy is talented.
they built the cell in PG in the cells now. You can like block their screams.
Right. With the button. Yeah.
I think that was made for Chatterbox. Oh,
it was made actually for wasn't Shadowbox. What was his name? Was it Dundee? What was it made for? God, I don't remember.
It's probably Dundee. That sounds like.
Yeah.
Before you put a sock in a mouth. I'm glad they made the cells. I can't remember. But yeah, Das Medi is great too.
Das Medi? Dude, Medi is
whenever
always...
interact with his character is.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say Medi too. To be honest with you, Medi is.
That guy's a genius.
And of course is I think one of my saddest things about roleplay is I never get to roleplay with Nino. Like it's like I missed him in 3.0, was late, and it's like all the while I'm playing Mickey, he doesn't play Nino. And now that I'm not playing anymore, he brings Nino back. That's sad. So what's next for all of you? I mean, Cap talked about this a little, but so Crystal, Dimoak, I'm curious, like what's next in roleplay for you? How do you guys want to develop more now as role players next? Like what's the next big thing for you guys? Not even like story wise, but just like as you guys progress as role players.
Yeah. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but yeah, I'm trying to get into Crim RP. It's something I never really did like super thoroughly. So trying to figure out how that works. It's very different than the RP I've seen before in Brekkers, even though Brekkers was like Crim adjacent. There's just so much like other stuff you have to learn. So that's been good. I also want to create a lot more like bit characters, I guess. I like playing like a lot of support characters, essentially, in a way. Characters that just help another person's story. So I want to do some more like fun, maybe like just one-off or whatever, but I have some ideas for some of those that I'm cooking up. That'd be fun to just like, help push a story along or, join in and be able to push something somewhere. So
I love that you played Dimoak played the Foos pilot, actually.
Ooh.
But okay, Sam, earmuffs. We broke we violated NoPixel rules. We metagamed for that. Yeah.
What?
He's writing our band reports as we speak. And
I can't tell if you're being serious or being sarcastic.
No, we did.
Don't worry about it.
Was it good meta, hard meta, or soft meta?
Not a hard. Well, no, I mean, like, okay, so no, because it was the character December Foos is rich, right?
Oh, you meta lord it basically.
Yeah, he's rich, yes. So he flies into Los Santos on a PJ, and to Cap's point, we're trying to create movie scenes, right? It's like kind of weird if like a character comes in and just like is at the apartments, right? So I think it's cool if like, oh, he flies in on a private jet. How do I get a private jet? Okay, well, the character Brekkers goes and lockpicks a jet, and then we start the stream with us like landing the jet, and then so Dimoak was Brekkers, but was role playing a different character as Brekkers.
Right.
I see. Yeah, it's one way of doing it. I know people, what they do is they go on like a random ass server and they just film that part, and then their character kind of is like outside of the airport when they go on NoPixel.
Well, that's smart.
That's a lot of work, man.
Just saying, okay? If you want a cinema.
I mean, like, listen, I don't know. I always feel like there's like what is it? Roleplay over roleplay. Like there's some obvious ones where I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
you know,
for sure, for sure.
It's not hurting other people, you know.
Yeah, as long as you're not exactly.
Yeah.
As long as you're not doing somebody else's expense, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, and I'm just like transferring money over to December's account from my other characters' accounts.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
totally
a
fine.
ban.
I'm
That's
kidding.
fine.
I'm kidding. I'm
on.
kidding.
And then-
I'm kidding. I didn't. do
Adios,
that.
amigo.
Some more,
Quick.
some more kind of support characters. All right, Crystal, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
What's next? How do you want to, like, what's next for you in roleplay?
I've been maining Crystal Clear again, my cop. I got in a time where they're like building up BCSO again. And so with how it's like starting up, I kind of just want to be like that support and help get things help things get going the PD. I know it can be tough because a lot of times like cops have so much to do on their plate to think about. And sometimes I feel like it's easy to kind of lose sight of like, this is just a RP server. We're also supposed to have fun. So I want to mix it up quite a bit with like just having fun on duty and like remembering it's like a give and take between criminals and the police. It's like, it's only fun like both sides are enjoying it too. It just has to be all serious all the time. And
You were amazing during training, by the way. You like phenomenal training program.
the academy is a lot of fun. I feel like first impression's really important. It's like eating like a new food for the first time. If you have a bad taste of it, you probably don't want to try it again. So I always hope like make the first session
What if
Yeah,
I
in
eat
a way
with
that
my
they come
eyes
back
though?
in. Eat your eyes.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
What if I eat with my eyes?
Eat with your eyes or eat
Mhm.
your eyes?
No, I eat with my eyes. I mean, I have to find it
Oh.
appealing for me to eat it.
Yeah. You,
Zach,
Well, I'm just asking Crystal that question. I just asked her.
I
You're-
swear
you're
this
kinda
happens, like, once a
eating both
podcast
ways.
episode. Sam just like says something where I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I mean, eating both ways. Yeah.
Perfect. All I want to hear. That's it. I'm good. I'm good.
Capt, what's next for you? And this is a two-part question for you, Capt. Not only in role play, but I would like you to also share with the podcast your story of your Valorant ascension, and because you've been having a lot of
Oh.
character development outside of roleplay, so please share with the class.
Yeah, I mean, one day Fusey invited me to play Valorant, and then ever since then I've been addicted for 3-4 weeks straight. I did a 33-hour stream just doing Valorant all day. Like, I
What?
don't. Yeah, I did 33 hours straight Valorant. I don't know what was
That's
going on.
disgusting.
But yeah,
Do you mind
it's,
if I ask how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay.
Young man. He's a young man.
Yeah, I'm 24. But yeah, so like, I blame Leslie. Like, I don't know. Ever since she invited me to that Valorant game, I've just been addicted, bro. It's not good. I've played more Valorant than I've ever played GTA in the last month. Like, it's actually ridiculous. So,
Oh yeah.
but hey, Diamond though. Hey, 3 weeks into the game, Diamond. That's not too bad, I guess.
Hey, as long as you're progressing, right?
Yeah.
That means something.
That I heard that you hit diamond. That is actually like. Had you played shooters before? You must have played CS, right?
No. I mean, I did when I was like 15. Like, I don't come from an FPS background in terms of PC. I've come from console, right? Call of Duty. So, but
That
I
is
think
incredible progression to do that.
I think COD and like games like CS and Valorant are two completely different things. Right?
It's night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, one is like pure movement based shooting, and the other is you can't move while you shoot, right?
Yeah.
Like,
plus, not to
damn.
mention, I play COD on controller as well, right? So I don't really like using mouse and keyboard, but obviously Valorant. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm getting kills at least. But yeah, that's my Valorant arc. When it comes to RP, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get this trap house booming. But I do want to move on to what I used to do in 3.0 heavily, which is quest giving. I love quest giving. It's especially quest giving to new people. Like, I love it. Like back in 3.0, my whole kind of target audience that I used to RP with was new people that didn't really have a crew to lean on or this, that. And I used to just give like a massive storyline to be part of this whole cartel thing. And then it expanded even further with the whole Sanguine thing with Vigors and stuff. So I want to get back to quest giving. That's what I want to move into when it comes to Pigeon.
I actually think both you and Dimoak would. I would love it if NoPixel. There's like a role almost like a, you know, there's like there's like the cops are whitelisted. I've talked about this where I kind of want I would love to see a whitelisted role that is like a quest giver role. It's not an admin and it's not a cop, but it's like, you know, and it'd probably mostly be like Crim or Civ, but yeah, basically like you actually have special privileges, access to things, etc. But like it has a strict rule set where it's like it's not to benefit your character or groups your character is tied to. It's like it's to enable RP of others. I think that would be a really cool.
I would love to see that. Honestly, I would even sign up right now since I'm playing Crim. I would love to make characters, you know, every day, push stories, or maybe bring things new or things like that. I would love to help out with that. That is just like music to my ears.
Yeah, I mean, here's my take. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I feel like certain whitelists, because I know there's no whitelist right now, but I never had a whitelist in 3.0, but I was very close to whitelists. I do feel like quest giving RP is needed to push a story. For example, biggest take is Sanguine. If there wasn't a whitelist for Jaeger, there wouldn't be no Sanguine arc, right? I do feel like quest givers is the kind of starting the first domino for a massive storyline. So I do believe I wish that would be cool to have like an actual role, quest giving role for certain individuals that their main job is to create stories for everybody in the server, right? That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Dimoak,
I think
what are your thoughts on that? Because I just have a feeling where, like, I mean, like, if NoPixel gave the character Brekkers like $500,000 to go and create an event or create some role play with it, like, you could, like, I see you as someone who could just do so much with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's massive. I feel like that's like the kind of thing I think that could kickstart, like exactly what Cap is saying. I think that kickstarts so many stories because, like, once you get like a little taste of something, or like you get like, you know, you give them a quest to go get something, right? Like a new group or a new character, whatever. It kind of opens so many new doors. Even existing group, you know, something to just offering them an avenue to get something new, can create so much role play. And you know, I feel like, you know, with the right people, they could create such, you know, great like cinematic RP around it if they're like given the tools to support it, right? Like if you know, if you have the ability to use the money to buy, you know, like a car or something for a job or whatever and stuff, and so it feels so much cooler to like get in there and be able to do this quest versus just like, you know, a random everyday event. I think the biggest thing is just making sure everyone has access to that, you know, like the quest givers are giving it to everybody, you know, like you said, not just their friends, but like, you know, everybody can, like, you know, kind of looking at the bigger scale of things and stuff. But I think it'd be awesome. I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah, I do feel like for me personally, RP heavily is all about storyline, right? And I feel like a lot of story, in my opinion, is kind of missing, kind of. And I feel like to establish that and to make storylines, I do feel like quest giving is definitely needed because, like, everybody
100%.
loves I feel like everybody loves just getting this anonymous call from a random guy they don't know to do some crazy shit, right? Like, it's fun. So it's like, you know, and I love being
the
on the
thrill, just the mysterious aspect behind it is something new, something excited. That gets people, you know, rejuvenated to roleplay again and push for new things.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I love doing creative missions in 3.0, right? Because, like, I was fucking broke because every money that I spent, it was to create more, like, more missions. Yeah, exactly, right? So, like I love doing that shit. I fucking love creating missions and all these things, man. I feel like it's definitely needed in roleplay, 100%.
Yeah, it gives a lot of direction.
Yeah,
Keeps things
I think
moving.
it's tough without, like, you know, that's why the role would be nice, because it's like, I mean, I'm sure Cap knows this right now as well, but like, you know, trying to do a light version of that on Brekkers, like, you know, I'm constantly broke, and like, it's like I either have to grind for 3 hours to get the money to give someone else RP, or I just, you know, don't, you know what I mean? So it's like that kind of give and take is tough a lot of the times, because a lot of it is, you know, is thankless work, even though it does go a long way. So it'd be easier. It'd be nice to be able to do that easier.
I remember with Burn. Oh, go on.
No, you go ahead.
I was thinking, like, Burn used to, like, create these little missions out of nothing. You get like whole group just together and do these weird little missions. Everyone just like RP'd out without any mechanics. And then he finally like I remember there was this one time like, up in like island up north or something where he did like a DBD themed thing as well, like little events for the server that everyone kind of got to be a part of because kind of hit all the times. And yeah, I think that was pretty fun. Gave everyone a little mini arc. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I feel like there's kind of like two versions of it. Like one is like more maybe dev supported, which is like maybe like a higher sort of thing, which is the like Burn Island. When they did Squid Games, I mean that was basically what we're talking about. And Burn was the one who then did the character to set the front man or whatever, to set all that up. I do think a lot of it can just be done with money. In 3.0 is actually why OOC, the staff were like, I would basically got okay approval to just embezzle money on Mickey, because I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go and like create RP with this money, and they were like, okay, fine, whatever, right? Like, I feel like if you actually, it's kind of like the event that you put on Dimoak on Brekkers, the games, like if your character just had some, for whatever role play reason, right? It was the state that invested, some shadow org invested, who knows, right? Give your character some amount of money to just put on an event. I think that that's all you really need. You actually, I think you can do like the super lightweight one, which is just money, and then there's the like, oh, we need dev support to create like all this stuff. Like, I still think we should do these ones, but like those obviously take more.
Yeah, I mean, in 3.0, I was blessed to by Sincere. He gave me, for me, it's all about immersion, right? So in 3.0, I had a fucking attack helicopter that I only strictly use for my drops, right? Like, imagine buying guns and a fucking military chopper comes flying down slowly like that. And then
That's
Sincere
cool.
gave me that. So like, I feel like that type of stuff in terms of dev support is if devs, that's all you really need, right? In terms of what I do, right? Just straight immersion purposes only, like a fucking attack helicopter, this, that. If I'm doing like an army type mission, it'll be cool to have like a little chopper. Obviously, RP wise, the chopper had no guns, right? Because that would just be crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's why, even though Sincere's a terrible dev, I would always thank him for that, Always thank him for giving me that chopper.
You know what else you had that was pretty cool as well, Cap, is the camera. I wish everybody had the same camera you have, like the cinematic one. I think all of us should be able to have that.
I missed that. I
hope
don't know where it's gone.
all roleplayers get that. And then it's an option enable in your HUD. And then if you want it, you can use it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, I don't wear. Hey, Ssaab, you want to contact some people? Because I need that back.
I got you. I just remembered it. You reminded me. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, even stuff like, there's just so many vehicles and other like items and stuff that you could bring in where it's like in a lot of ways, like, like, why should the character Pigeon have an attack helicopter? And like, for me, I'm kind of like, why not? Like, I know you're not going to go and like actually use it and abuse it in some way. It's like, you're doing this to create like scenes. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of like what Dimoak said. It's a little selfless. You're actually doing it so that other people's scenes look really cool too,
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I love doing is doing a drop for someone, then seeing their POV. And like, it brings a smile to my face, how happy they are fucking seeing just cool. It really is cool. Another thing I used to do is I used to buy a $10,000 plane just to ocean dump it. And it was I created like a little mini mission. They would have to scuba dive into the plane to get the drugs out of the plane, right? Like, that shit is just sick. Like, I fucking love doing that. So, but yeah, like, it's all about the other person receiving it, right? On our end, it looks cool, but not as cool for them, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So,
yeah. To circle back, it's almost like a mini dungeon master role, like we're in the D&D talk a little earlier. Like, it's basically like a dungeon master who can like set up scenarios for the players, and it's not just to benefit them; it's to benefit everybody involved and stuff.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that expanded on more NoPixel. That'd be really cool. Ssaab, do you have any other questions for our lovely guests?
My only question to all of you three is, what is it that you feel like you would like to see in the server that is not built right now? Cap, Crystal, Dimoak.
Dimoak, it's up to you. You go first.
Yeah, Dimoak.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. He's never gonna say it right. I've given up. He's
God.
never gonna say it right. He's never gonna say it right.
I'm sorry.
I honestly think the big thing I'd like to see It's like I would like to see the return of businesses. I know that that's something that they're working on because it's obviously been like we see like little bits and pieces of it here and there. I really felt like businesses and like to a further extent like the custom items that we had in 3.0 were really cool because I feel like actually I was able to like accomplish a lot of RP with that. Like it was really cool to be able to get a custom item and set up something or whatnot, and it was like actually this tangible thing in the server that people could have. There was just a lot of like flexibility around that. So yeah, I'd like to see like business RP come back up a little bit, just because it gives access to those things. Yeah, and I think it would also just help, um, give Civ Life a little bit more things to do since the only character I really play right now is still kind of just like a Civ to an extent. So
Yeah, like I remember there would be a bit more maybe hotspots because usually when I think of like where I can find people to see, it's just senior buns so far. I remember before when we had like example the farmers market and stuff. That's something to kind of like you'll be able to kind of meet people at the mixture. But it's just nice to have like little areas you can kind of go to. Like people gather kind of.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I definitely want to see the return of those printers. It's like when you give a mission back in 3.0, you can make an actual document you can hold and stuff, right? I'm surprised. I don't know where that's gone, but that is definitely needed for immersion, 100%. Speaking to Kiva about it the other day, is the return of those printers, man. That would be sick. Like for example, you know how you did your games. Like imagine you could print out like 2,000 leaflets and you give it around, people see the whole like thing all on like a paper.
That'd be so good. God, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
So I think
I
I love
like
to
it's not difficult, Like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that adds so much more eons of RP.
Yeah, 100%. And even like me and rest in peace TJ Walker, Doc Wizard, me and him used to do these Hitman contracts, and we used to purposely leave our folders in our trunks in case the cops, look at our trunk and find it. Like I feel like that does add a lot of RP. The like inbuilt printer things.
Yeah, that would be sick actually. I do. I think there are like actually just a few like basic things from 3.0 that I really miss. I know, and I'm curious for your answer to this, Ssaab. I want to give an answer, and mine is a very simple one. It's parachutes. And I know, Capped, I know you miss those.
Yeah.
Capped, just make him a money sink. Just make him a money sink. I don't know why we don't have, like, we should encourage people to do these cool things, but it's going to be costly. So that way, if you do it, it's just, at least the money's going somewhere. And people are not always filthy rich and have everything. But go ahead.
I don't know. Like, see, I kind of disagree with that. Sometimes I feel like the people who are filthy rich are going to be filthy rich no matter what. And aren't the one like, okay.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I can see that.
This is like, I feel like the person who is giga rich, giga grind stuff is not the person who's going to do. And I'm not trying to like, I'm just being honest here. I just don't think that person is going to do the cinematic getaway that involves a bunch of parachutes hopping out of a helicopter. I don't think that's like the same person. So I'm almost like,
okay, I have an idea for you.
Okay.
What if part of the contract you can add more Bitcoin currency to add more accessory like parachutes, like, gear, criminal heist gear, part of the heist. So when you start the heist, you all can ask for more things, but it costs you in a way you can farm it. And boom, you have it.
This is exactly what me and Mickey were, or me and Blau were trying to cook up with Brekkers and Mickey on our heist arc that we were trying to do it, because like that's exactly the same idea that at least I had, or for that, and I think Blau had too with that same mind space, was offer a service that basically provides that you pay a little bit more money or whatever, and you get access to all these tools that normally would be hard to obtain and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be really cool. And then it's like a warehouse you go to, and then you just like open up a crate with a crowbar, and then boom, a bunch of fucking parachutes are there for you and things like that, tools of heist. I think that is definitely cool, necessary, and an avenue for people to add more flavor instead of the same getaway every single time. I mean, I'm sure the cops would appreciate chasing after a parachute versus a swap, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Bro, I've watched the cops do like from 3.0 when they're like tracking parachutes. It's actually really fucking cool. And the comms are funny.
Yeah, I remember.
He's like, you're waiting for them, and then they go this way, and they gotta go around, and then you lost them because the building, the skyscraper sometimes hide them. So yeah, it was fun.
I remember when me and Forehead actually did a heist, and we actually gave the cops parachutes too. And that shit was actually funny as hell. Like they were chasing us mid-air with their parachute.
You. Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was that was good. That was good.
Oh, dude, that inspired me. And Cap, I know you're of this mind. And Dimoak, you haven't maybe seen us do it because we used to do this in 3.0. One of my favorite things was. And it's really hard because in character you have no reason for it. So I almost wish there was like I wish there was like an OOC command where it would just like let me spawn in those things. But like we did a bicycle heist like down a mountain, and we left bikes for the cops. It's actually, I think a lot of people loved that getaway. It was like down like the Vinewood sign. We did another one where it was planes were out on an airfield, and we all got into them. And there were planes for the cops to get into as well. And I think like the like story or lore behind it is like, hey, there's just some extra planes sitting out here. But the reality is like, I think at one point we even like lockpicked them and then had an extra person standing by who was like holding a sign that says like, I have keys, like kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a little cheap. Like we've done stuff like that. I've done that with like jet skis. Because I think like one of the annoying things for cops is like, I think swapping to like another vehicle is really cool for the chase, but it can be annoying for cops if they don't have a way to pursue. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was ways to just like you said, Cap, like there's a pile of parachutes over here, and the crims grab them and then jump off, and the cops like, fuck it, I'm going, grabs it, takes it, and jumps off too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So parachutes, that's what we need in 4.0. I think we
that will get everybody back for sure, 100%. Everybody on the server tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, we had grapple guns too back then.
I always wanted.
I hate grappling guns.
I know that shit. Oh, they have a class too. Oh wait, that's.
I felt like every criminal became Spider-Man overnight, man. I fucking hated that shit.
Oh, Ssaab, you would have hated. I had a getaway for the Clean Boys that we never did. It was partly because we needed the grapple guns for the casino, so they were always like in demand. But the idea was it was called the Spider-Man, and it was we would like hit the vault, and our entire inventory would just be stacked with grapple guns, no cars, nothing else, and our whole plan would just be you have to escape through the city grappling.
Pain, like, oh my god!
And like imagine all six, no cars, no helicopter. Imagine Clean Boys heist, but no cars, no helicopters, no like. Jet skis, just pure grappling throughout the city. You would have mauled.
Yeah, you saw the heist, the thing you get in a car, and then you all just look up and all just grapple at the same time.
Yeah, it was.
That's funny.
Oh, fuck, I miss that kind of shit. Now I'm a cop role player. Now you're a criminal player. Look how the tides have turned. Speaking of, it's time to get back to the role play. Dimoak, Crystal, Cap, thank you guys so much for coming on. If you guys want to shout out your channels, where can the people find you?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Hi, Dimoak. I don't really stream, but sometimes I do over on twitch.tv. Dimoak.
Check him out.
Yeah, check me out.
Rare Dimoak streams. Very enjoyable, very rare.
Very fun.
Opposite of rare Dimoak streams, we have Crystal. That's you.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Crystal.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. I enjoy watching your episodes, so it's nice. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. It's a lot. I'm honored.
And you can find her live literally all the time at Crystalst. Is it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Crystalst or Crystalst? Crystalst?
Yeah, Crystalst. You said right. Crystalst. Yeah.
And Capped?
Crystal's fine.
Yes, we'll say thank you for having me. It was a good podcast, good talk. Yeah, hope everyone enjoyed. You can find me on twitch.tv/capped. Yep. Yeah. For some GTA and 33-hour Valorant streams.
Soon to be a pro Valorant player.
Soon to be.
Yeah, 100 Thieves, Sentinels. Be looking for him.
Exactly.
This is all amazing. I already bothered and Ssaab, I need you to also shout yourself out. Ssaab, I was going to bother you to help with Clay, but thankfully, Crystal, are you going on RP after this? Are you playing Crystal Clear?
Yeah. What does that mean?
He needs an FTO.
I need an
I
FTO,
know.
please. That's your payment for coming on the podcast. Thank you. I'm
That's
kidding.
what
You don't
I'm here
actually have to
for.
do that, Ssaab. I'm kidding.
No.
You should be lucky you FTO by Crystal.
That's why. That's what I'm there for. FTO.
Okay, perfect. I'm logging in now then. All right, wonderful. Guys, thank you so much. We also have Ssaab,
Thank you.
twitch.tv/Ssaab, who's our co-host. Guys, Roleplay Podcast. We are, we take some breaks because I was in France. We'll have another podcast episode next week. We're back doing sort of weekly episodes. Sometimes it's every other week, but we have been consistent. I think we're almost at 20 episodes now. I don't know what number we're at, but
Damn.
we are
I love RP.
Yeah, we heckin' love RP. We are the largest roleplay podcast in the world.
Yeah. Number one is something finally.
I think we might be the only one. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Dimoak, Crystal, Cap, thank you guys so much for coming on. You guys have been amazing. Roleplay Podcast at YouTube, Roleplay Podcast YouTube. Go subscribe, everyone who's been watching. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the server.
Bye-bye.
Wait. No, we need a better tagline. I should say, see you in the city. Ooh, that's our ending tagline. Can we do that, Ssaab? Ssaab, say it.
Sure. See you in the city.